Welcome to another episode of Decrypt Crypto. Okay, so this is episode 8 in which we are discussing exactly what an ICO is, a couple of examples of some top performing ICOs in the past, and finally, where you can find the next 100x potential ICO in the future. Okay, so just to get started, an ICO very simply is very similar to an IPO. So it's an initial coin offering. Not an initial public offering, but an initial coin offering. However, the major difference is that it's nowhere near as regulated as the way an IPO actually is. And it's also international. So it's not limited to just specific countries like the New York Stock Exchange. Rather, it attracts people no matter where they are in the world in order to invest in this project. Okay, some notable ICOs that have occurred in the past is Ethereum, which ICO'd at a price of 31 cents and since then has actually exploded by close to 1.4 million% since its initial ICO. Another notable one is Cardano, which has grown 128,000% since its initial ICO, and I believe that was back in 2018. And then we also have Solana as well, which is more of a recent player, and they have grown 118,000% with an initial price which you could have invested at 22 cents. Actually reached in the 2020 bull run $259. So as you can see here from these three notable examples, there is a huge opportunity when it comes to ICOs, but it usually does take a few years in order to generate a pretty substantial ROI. Before we resume the video, if you still need a personalized discussion, schedule a one-on-one call with us at decryptcrypto.net and we'll be here to support you on your journey. With that being said, let's get back into the video. So the question that you're probably asking is, great, where the heck can I find these ICOs? So for this one, there are two main sources that I personally use. One of them is ICO Drops and the other one is Crypto Totem. And pretty much all you need to do is just Google Crypto Totem. They're pretty reputable, and click on the first one. Make sure it's not an advert as always. And you would be faced with all of the ICOs. In the next video, I'm actually going to be discussing what an IDO is, but for this video, it's just going to be focused on ICOs, initial coin offerings. So let's look at the upcoming ICOs. I actually did a video on this one recently, Fifthscape. It's basically a company that provides virtual reality solutions, and I happen to believe that a huge narrative is coming for virtual reality, especially with spatial computing coming out by Apple. But what you can actually do on this website is you can actually get a quick overview as to what it is. Also, they have verified this, which is usually a big trust point, but you should still do your own due diligence, which is why I leave crypto reviews in order to actually deep dive each project in order to validate whether or not it's a legit one or if it's pretty much a scam. But with that being said, let's actually do some more research into this one. So they've actually highlighted their roadmap, and you can see here by Q3 2024, that is when they're going to try get their token listed on pretty much major exchanges. So now let's just say that I've read this, I'm pretty happy with everything that they have to offer. All I need to do is pretty much just go to their website. They actually rebranded this since I did a review, which is pretty interesting. It looks much better now. But what you can actually see here is it gives me the option to be able to purchase this ICO. And basically all I need to do is just connect my wallet, where I click this, click on MetaMask, and it will connect my wallet that I have attached here to this website, which basically means this is the buying price that I'm buying it in at. Okay, the way that these guys do it is they have multiple stages. It's usually 12 to 14 stages, and each stage that it pretty much goes up, the price goes higher. So right now stage 1 is this price. You can actually see the listing price that they're targeting is 1 cent. Currently right now, from the price you can buy it in at to the price that they're going to be listing it at once it gets listed on an exchange is 434% growth from this current price right now. And that's really where it comes down to due diligence. Of course, you have to make a conscious decision whether or not you think it's worth the risk or not. But just to summarize this video, I've explained what an ICO is. I've shown you a couple of examples. I've shown you we can actually find the latest ICOs, and then I've also shown you an example of a project which currently has an ICO. In the next video, I'll be explaining something slightly different. It's called an IDO. Stay tuned for that one, more to come.